Yeah, don't even worry about it. Go ahead. Come again.
Hello, everybody. I'm Lashare or Charmane from Charmane's World Podcast, and yes.
So boom. So we were just in the midst of talking about hairstylists, and I was asking Vosh like, why do you think us as Black people, why we aren't able to properly run businesses, especially like in this space?
I think what I was saying was, I think what happens is we know how to provide the service, you know, we know how to do great hair, hook you up, hook your lashes up, your makeup up, but the back end of it, we just don't know how to run businesses. And I don't know if, because a lot of times people that jump in the industry, they're so young when they jump in, and there's usually no guidance around the business aspect of it. Like a lot of, you know, you go to a hair school or whatever it is you did to figure out how to do what you do.
Right.
And the push is to learn how to provide the service. Like there's very little education around the business. Like yes, a chapter in the book, but
Right.
people don't pay attention to that. Like
I was gonna say, well, what does business look like? Like, do they talk about that?
I mean, they may
It
tell
doesn't
you
seem like it. I don't
basic
think it does.
stuff
Yeah.
about like, oh, how to book your clients or how to do this, but there's usually no real life push
Right.
around it.
The
Like
customer
it's usually,
service,
yeah, it's
the-
Like
usually,
finances.
yeah,
and stuff
no,
like
none of
Yeah,
that. It's
huh?
basically
Yeah.
lecture so you can pass the test when you're gonna stay bored, and then how to provide the service.
Right.
Maybe because the culture of just, you know, you go to hair school and it's to go work in somebody else's.
Yeah, but you have to think
So-
too.
You're
For
still
us,
independent.
now I'm like
You're
in the
still-
black space, they don't teach you. But in the white space of hairstylists in the beauty industry, oh, they run their businesses. They sustain. Like,
Like
you
you
know,
know, like when you go to hair school though, even though like, you know, they're white or what have you, but is that it doesn't seem like it's keeping up with the culture of people wanting to work for themselves.
well, generally it is teaching you how to work for yourself.
Because you're
Because
still
that's
independent,
generally,
yeah,
you're
you're independent
usually
contractor,
independent
right, yeah.
regardless. Even if you work at someone's salon, you're either renting a booth or you're being paid commission. But either way it go, generally most stylists are independent.
Yes, they're independent, but I'm just saying independent as far as like I have independent, but I have a business and how to run that business of doing hair or whatever it is independently. So I get everyone is in their independent, you know, doing their own thing, however they do it. But like you said, typically it's rent, paying booth rent or working for somebody else. But if I'm going to hair school, I'm like, well, I want to, you know, do my own thing. I want to open up my own salon and start adding services or whatever. It doesn't seem like there's much education, like you're saying, around how to do that.
Yeah, but either way it go, if I'm understanding you correctly, there still needs to be knowledge and things taught about how to do it, because whether you're opening up a grand space and it's your salon, you're still running your business. Because I've worked at a number of salons, like, but it was still my business. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even when I was working as a commissioned stylist, like the salon may be taking 40% of what I'm working, but if my client, you and you don't come back, then I'm not gonna make much money. You know, like I'm just not gonna do it, but I still need to be taught somewhere how to run my business. And I think what happens for us is that because 9 out of 10, we started young, we've been doing hair, so we go to hair school, we get our license, we get out, and we go into the world and we work. So we missed the space of learning how to run our business, and another 9 times out of 10, we don't go to Paul Mitchell. We don't go to these big schools where they put a lot of emphasis on how to run their business, where you don't get to just graduate and go through here. You gotta work as an intern at Paul Mitchell for a couple years, as a junior stylist, as a hair washer, as a this, as a that. We come out and we doing hair. You know what I mean? Like just like that, we doing hair. I do hair, and your business is shit. You know what I mean? Versus them, you know, oh God, I've been a fucking junior stylist for Shay Salon for the last 5 years. And we like the fuck, I do hair. You know what I'm saying? So it's a different, but then she's been that junior stylist for 5 years. So then that 5th year, she's now the stylist lead on color, and she learned that business.
Right.
We haven't learned that. You know what I mean? I was just lucky that when I started very early, and I started working under a black woman that her business, the way she ran her business was not great, but she was a good teacher. Like she knew how to teach you to run yours, and I learned a lot of good things from her, and I also learned a lot of things not to do.
Right.
But she showed me a lot. Like you know, in terms just something basic, like let's say for instance, you know, everybody's been to the shop, right?
Right.
Oh, my appointment's at 2, you get there at 2.
Somebody else in their chair.
Right.
Until
Still,
3.
until 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So she taught us 2 hours per person minimum.
Mm-hmm.
Minimum. And this was when I was only doing natural hair. So let's say you come for a retwist, I knew
Right.
I can knock Andrea out in 2 hours. Like that's what it was. So my next client would not be at 2 if she's at 1. My next client will automatically be starting at 3. So like give yourself time. Like, you know, but no, Andrea coming at 1, Charmane coming at 1, and Tenile coming at 1:30. How, ma'am?
Yeah.
How?
And that's how definitely how it was
We
definitely
was down
stacked.
to like 11, 12. But I think that's my grandma's fault because she was just like, let the lady, like, yeah, go ahead. It's
That's
fine.
how you gonna sit at the shop.
Yeah.
This is not
All
going
day.
to be quick. This lady
Yeah.
coming in with, like, she need a whole everything. And I was just like, yeah, here all day. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But I kind of do miss that culture. But I wanted to ask you, like, do you see, like, there's moments like on Twitter, because I'm really heavy on Twitter, and they'll be like airing these stylists out. Like, one is either for their little their not professional business policies or whatever you want to call it, or just bad service like overall. And so it makes me think like, what are y'all learning at hair school to make y'all think that y'all should have these wild
like
policies? 10 minutes late, reschedule,
Oh, yeah.
don't get
I'm
your
so glad you brought
deposit
that up.
back.
Yeah.
What is one on her? Oh, you need to come. The one that was really going around was, you need to come wash.
We did
Yeah, we just talked about
Yes.
that. We just
I
talked
was
about
like,
that.
what
Yeah.
now? I've come, like, I have friends that are stylists, and like, if I know I'm gonna like slide in, like, I didn't go through the site, I just need my hair done just today.
Yeah.
Like, I'll tell them, like one of my friends, we use the same hair products, the Design Essentials or whatever, and she knows that, and I'm like, okay, I'll need to come, can you fit me? She's like, yeah, I can fit you. Well, to save us time, because I'm under time, I'm gonna come my hair washed, blow dried, all that, but she knows that I know how to, like, do that successfully. Don't put no extra product on my hair, just the stuff that I use. And she'll like slide me in, but like some of these young ladies, I'll be like, what?
I like you said, young lady.
What is going on? Like, why are y'all talking to us like this?
Wait, you had said something that I wanted to comment on. You had said, I didn't look through the site, I didn't do this, I didn't do that, I just want to slide.
Yes,
There goes
I do
something
do
right there. And don't get me wrong, I am not a advocate for all these wild ass policies.
Right.
However, my time is my dime, first and foremost. Secondly, when you go to Dr. Joe's office and you don't make it, you gotta pay for your his time. So respect that as clients, because a lot of people don't. And you just said, I just need to slide. I'm not looking through the site. I need to just pop in. No. You know what I mean? Like,
and
no.
I respect the solid no.
Yeah,
I respect because I know
right,
what I'm doing.
Yeah.
This
Right,
is like somebody I know.
No,
so
this is, no, and I'm just saying
in
hypothetically,
general,
generally,
yeah.
because people say that, like, because my best friend do me like that too, like, hey, you know, but
Free
Something
today.
come up, okay? You don't have no shops where I can just be like,
But
is
that's
they
what
can
you
walk
I think you
in,
just
but
have to
like,
be
this
okay
is
with the
perfect.
no. Like,
But you have to be
stay
okay with the no,
Like,
but at the
sometimes you
same
may be able
time-
to do it. And
yeah,
that's
sometimes
fine.
you can, sometimes you can't, but at the
Yeah.
same time, it's just like, these stylists have these wild ass policies is because clients are wild too.
Yeah.
But a
And
lot
their
of
verbiage
these,
be bad. They grammar be told.
I was just gonna
like,
say, a
what?
lot of these stylists
What are you
now,
saying?
they're
Like, let me
up-
come and edit this up because
Yeah.
this is sounding like.
they're up
what
in a
is-
YouTube thing, like where, you know, that's just what you try, in my opinion, where you trying to go viral, you trying to like, I mean, because literally she's 10 minutes late, oh, that's an extra $5, you 10 more minutes late, that's $15, like, it just, it's a lot.
Like,
Like,
it
it
just
just
like you
doesn't make
cannot
sense.
reschedule. Like, ma'am.
Yeah,
Like,
it's a lot. But that's because you got, now you are viral from
Mm-hmm.
doing wigs because you put a wig on
TikTok.
Whoever.
Nicki Minaj or whoever.
Mhm.
So now you're famous because you got 15,000 followers. And now it's like, oh, I'm so famous, and you
I
probably
don't
don't
even
know how
need
to.
you.
Right, you probably don't know how to wash hair or treat your person's hair or make the proper appointment or, you know, you probably don't even know how to run the business. But then on the flip side, you being hella stank and all this to these clients. But the people that's them 15,000 following them, y'all made that person like that.
Yeah.
Because y'all going to that person. You guys were accepting that, but then you on the internet bitching and shit, just don't go.
Right.
Because there's still viable stylists and viable women that run businesses
Right.
that don't subscribe to that shit. Like I have plenty of homegirls that I know that are stylists, and they be like, man, I don't got time for that shit. Like, of course you gonna respect my time and my money,
Right.
because I'm gonna just run you a solid. You just ain't coming back.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
and that's just that. Because like my time is money, but at the same time, you're not gonna disrespect my time or my policy either. Like, I don't have a late fee or like I don't even usually charge a deposit unless I see that you're someone, let's say you made an appointment and you like, oh, okay, I can't make it. I'm like, okay, but you're also a first time client. Oh, if something happened, okay, all good, no worries. You call back next appointment. Oh, I can't make it. Then I'm like, okay, sis is giving sketch vibes. So the next time you come, not consistent.
Yeah.
Next time you come, I'm gonna know if you're serious because I'm gonna say, hey, you called me, rescheduled twice. I understand things happen,
Right.
but would you mind leaving a deposit towards your appointment?
Right.
They say, oh, girl, I get it, no worries. I'm like, oh, that's even better because now I know
But they
she's
get it.
serious,
They
but life
understand.
is happening.
Right.
Yeah.
So she respects my policy because it's not like, but then also business wise, you may want to do that because you have people that reschedule
Right.
and you lose that money because I could have booked her and you
Right.
not coming.
Mhm.
So it's just like you gotta kind of create a balance, but you don't have to be as dramatic as a lot of these people are, especially when
And
they
that's what I
can't.
think it is, because
You
it's
know,
fine. Like
yeah.
you said with the policy, I'm willing to pay
Yeah,
the
yeah.
deposit and stuff, but like you said, it's just over the top. Sometimes
Yeah, it's
where
just- it's a
like,
lot.
oh, I don't even want to go to
Yeah.
you no more.
Yeah.
Like, we got
Yeah.
way too many
Yeah.
rules.
That
Yeah.
that's why
And
they,
like
that was
the
a big
whole
thing.
page long, I don't even want to read it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
When
I
I
don't
see it,
wanna
I'm
write
like,
it either.
dang, like,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah, I don't want to
Just
write it.
tell
I don't
me
want to
to
read
Right.
it. I don't want to do it. Like,
Yeah, that's a huge turn off though.
But
What
this
you
is
said,
like
yeah.
coming from a place of anger.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times,
I don't even want you in my head no more.
yeah, your energy. I don't want your energy touching my hair. Like,
Right, yeah.
am I gonna want this energy when I come in this salon? Like,
Yeah.
what is it
Because
gonna
I'm
look
5
like?
minutes later.
Because I'm
from
5
Yeah.
minutes late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's, I don't
Yeah,
know if it's
it's a
really
lot.
like worth it. But I missed the shop, so I was watching. It's a show. It's probably like on BET Plus or something now. But they were like having these shop conversations, like they're in a hair shop and they're just talking, about.
I wanted to film at the shop too. I asked her. I said,
Oh,
"Don't we
yeah.
film at the shop?"
And those are cool, right? And so I missed the hair shop, and I felt like the ladies in the show were just, to me, a little bit out of touch on where the hair. I think.
What's the name of the
business is
show?
going.
I
I
want
can't
to
even
see.
remember. But I want to say it's called Shop Talk, something like that. But they're like, yeah, you go to the shop, and I'm like, well, the shop days are kind of like. They seem like they're kind of dwindling off because everyone's able to like work for themselves and have their own like independent suite or whatever.
Right.
And I do miss the camaraderie of being in the shop.
They
I also
coming
miss.
in.
Yeah, I miss the.
Somebody said, yeah,
CDs.
you wanna
I
buy
do,
this,
I
buy
miss
that,
that.
yeah.
They have the
do.
bean pies, especially in the city.
No, I agree. I
But
agree.
when I said about me trying to slide in, right? I only have like 2 people that do my hair.
Right.
They both now are in their own independent space,
Yeah.
and they're not in like a shop with other people. One girl which was cool, because one time I came in and like she like overbooked or something. But the lady who was like the head of the shop, who I
Was
would
able
call
to
now
help
the
you.
master stylist, right?
Yeah.
She was able to like help me or
Yeah.
have one girl like watch me when
Oh,
we started. But with the way that they are now, there is none of that. It's like if
It's
she's
just
not
always just you.
available,
Yeah.
she cannot.
No,
do it.
and I
so
work like
that's
that
the
too. And
part
yeah.
I don't
But I've
so
always
much
worked like that, even before it was a thing. Just because I've been lucky. I've never had like a fucked up salon dynamic. Like because I've
Okay.
like the first couple shops I worked at, it was like a bigger salon type situation, and then I worked at a small space, and it was 3 of us, but 2 of us were usually only there twice, and that was fun because her clients were fun, my clients were fun, and we kind of like booked together. But then I started working at home. And then now where I am now, it's just my space, but I can rent it out to other people. But what I do is, especially now that COVID has gotten a bit better, I'll just book certain people the way I want my day to flow. So let's say I know that you guys are homegirls. Y'all come, I'll book y'all on the same day. You know what I'm saying? Because 9 out of 10, y'all wouldn't trip off waiting a little bit because y'all gonna be kikiing and stuff. Like I got like our girlfriend Tiff. She has a friend, Tila and I have a girlfriend, Tiffany, that has a friend who also comes. So I'll book them together. I'm like, hey, Tiff is booking. You want to book D? And she like, oh yeah, girl, let me get in with her. So then we know we finna have a ball.
Yeah.
And then, even if I'm working on both of them, then I'm like, ooh, if Tanile's coming, it'll be like, oh, perfect. Nobody's gonna
Right.
bother me. I can
Yeah.
take a little bit longer. I'm gonna give them some wine.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give them some wine. I'm gonna have some
But it's
snacks.
accommodating, right?
It's
Exactly.
accommodating.
Yeah,
It's like,
exactly.
because I know that, like you said, people miss the camaraderie of it. But also where I work now, there's a barbershop next door. So we laughing at them because they ain't here rapping
Yeah.
each other together. Like, I hope they would never see this because they be look, I'm trying to whisper like that. Like, oh, hear me, okay? Girl, they in there laughing. It's so bad. But like we be like laughing and be like girls coming in and out the shop looking for the dudes. It's just, so we get to like, you know, laugh and see that, you know, that part of it. Then it's, you know, it's in downtown San Leandro, so we see the like the little homeless people. You know, we get a little bit of what like you miss at being at a salon, because a lot of the suites now are like in office buildings.
Right.
So I'm on a storefront, thank God. You gotta be quiet, right? So at least we could look out the window and see people and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm still in the community. Like I know the homeless lady, like she'll yell and call people bitches. I'm like, girl, ain't nobody worried about her. Just say hi to auntie. And come on, like, girl, hi, please, could you get your chair from in front of the door? I gotta work. Like she'll like sit there and get to talking and calling my clients bitches, and I'm like, not today.
Right.
Please. They don't want to do it
I'm
today.
calling her bitch.
Girl, she is a mess.
I just got my hair done, bitch.
But right, but you know what? But like she said, I'm in the community, so but then if I don't see her, I'm like, where's she at?
Yeah.
Like, where's she at? You know?
Auntie.
Right, where's auntie? But like
Looking
I
out
still
for her.
get the community though, because
Right.
that is fun. Like if you don't, when you got the whole shop experience, it is a good vibe. So
Right.
kinda,
It is.
and you
That's
meet
so
people.
funny.
Like
It
people
is.
come get their hair done.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I
you
think
meet
I've
people.
like gotten used to just being in like this sweet life. Like,
Yeah.
So I'm in the chair one incident, and I'm talking to my friend about like some story. We know a lot of the same people, so I'm telling her the story. I'm like, yeah, girl. And she has, because it's only a suite, so she has somebody waiting in the hallway on the bench or whatever. But the door is cracked. And I'm telling her this, and the lady was like, yeah, it's so. And I was like, wait, don't get mad, don't get mad, don't get mad. Because this was like, because if I had instantly, I was like, if you was in the shop, everybody would probably be like, you know, in your chiming in and stuff. But I'm just so used to being me and her talking, so seeing her.
And the woman on
She was
that
in
bench,
the
like,
hallway, like, guys, and I was like, who are you? Where did you come from?
That's
like,
how
I'm
you
in
like,
the
that's
That's
what
what I was saying.
That's what I would say.
Like,
welcome to the
Not from my
conversation.
side.
She
That's
was
hella
in
funny.
the hallway.
She was
I
like, dang, she probably was itching like,
Whoa.
dang, I want to be up in there.
Like,
Like,
can y'all make some
I'm in the
space?
hallway.
I
on
mean,
the
yeah, I'm
bench.
like, can you get a little chair?
She had a little chair.
Oh,
My
like,
chair
what's
was on
in?
there.
Girl, get your bag. Like,
Yeah, right. I'd have been like,
Not
I'm
a
sitting
space.
in my lap. It's
Right.
It's COVID. It's not a space.
I'll
It's in the
hold it.
hallway.
I'll
Like,
hold
what
it.
are you
I'll hold
doing?
it.
She like heckin' chimed in. I was just like, oh.
So now you
Like,
conditioned.
I'm
Right,
talking
even though
to
you
her.
missed that whole bigger atmosphere and people being a part of it, you're conditioned now to this. Like, yeah.
It's just me. It's usually just me and her. And
Yeah.
so like even when I can't book
Yeah.
with her, I'll be like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? Because she's like the only main person that I book with. The other
Yeah.
girl I book with, she's like gotten so big. Her schedule is like
Crazy.
full, like for months. And so it's just like she's like, I ain't did your hair in a long time. I was like, well, if you wouldn't be posting on these videos, so
Right.
people would know. I could keep it
Now
appointment.
that,
But
okay,
then
let
I'm
me
so
speak to
funny-
that.
and I'm
Now
so
that,
funny because I'm like, I want braids or I want my hair straight or I'm gonna be natural, and it's just it's hard for me to just maintain like every 2 weeks or something like that. But it's just like,
but see, that's the thing too, what you just said, because I've had clients say
it's
that
been
to
blew
me.
up.
Not even, because I'm not a super social media stylist
Right.
person, but, oh, I don't want to give your number out of your card because then I can't get an appointment.
Oh no.
Oh, I can see
But
that
that's the
being a
same
big
thing. But that's
yeah.
the thing. Like people
Mhm.
don't
I
want to
see
do
that.
it because, like you said, I can't get in. Like it's you
Sure.
all on the internet, or you doing hella people.
You had a
or,
client
I
when I was there.
I didn't
Who
think
would
of it
not-
like that. I
she
would
said-
never not
No,
share my friends.
she said it out loud.
Yeah, my clients are
She
crazy.
said it. Yeah, she said it out loud. She said people be giving her compliments, asking her where she get her hair done, and then she just be like, like she said she don't say where she get her hair
Oh
done.
no, I always like.
And
I
she-
always-
and
this
but
person-
she's-
everybody
they're
would love to
thinking,
find out who
because I was listening to her, she's thinking, she's talking as if it's a compliment,
Mm.
but it's not.
Oh my God,
Like, thank you, you like that I do your
Mm.
hair so much that you want me to yourself, but I have to make money. Like, this is a business.
Right.
So please spread the word.
Right.
Like, I was listening like, well, damn. You know, she was sweet, like, she went to go get her something to eat and all that.
That's
She's a
how she
good
really
client.
felt her heart.
But she was
Yeah.
like, she
Yeah.
belongs to me.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
I
that's
feel like
what,
that's
Yep.
my style.
And it's like
Yeah.
I know
I
like the
was
clients
like,
that
damn.
want me one on one,
Mhm.
and I know the
Oh,
ones
mhm.
that don't mind if other people are gonna come. Like cause I've had people for a long time. Like when I say,
tag my stylist, go ahead.
yeah,
Right,
like I've
yeah.
had people for like 20 years. Like so people be like, who is that?
Mm-hmm.
Or oh, you gave her that
Right.
card? She asked for it. She said,
Right.
She
Right.
like, I won't. You know, like so I get that, but at the same time, like you said, this is business.
Right.
It is business.
That's funny that you
And
said
help
that
me.
one
You
on
love
one.
me that much. I just need to, like, if you love me that much, in turn, at least say, let me give you the number. Let me, yeah.
But then some people also have said they don't want to be responsible for the referral if it's a crazy person that, like, you.
I just give you a disclaimer though.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, I shared your number with this person, and let me just tell you.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I've had people that'll, okay, back
And I
to
do
these
it vice versa.
clients.
Yeah.
I've had people that, let's say, you referred somebody and you got a style that was $340 or something. And you like, oh, somebody met you like, oh, can I get the person who did your hair? You shoot my number. They call me like, oh, can I make an appointment? I met Andrea at Pack and Save.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, okay, great. Love her. She's great. How can I help you? Well, I want to get some braids. And I'm like, okay, great. It's $350. What Andrea just paid.
Right.
And she's like, oh, really? That's $100 more than everybody else charges in the area.
Well,
I promise you, like, so the disclaimers, the big
so
paragraph,
what you supposed to price
listen,
match?
the big, honey, this is not Amazon. This is Yvette Robin.
She said like you supposed to price match.
Yeah,
Like
so
I
the-
went to
so
here
back
and
to
this
what
is
you
what they're
said
charging.
originally.
You should go
You
back
know,
to there.
Yeah,
that's-
the paragraphs
why would
and
you
the
even say that?
disclaimers and the big rules comes from conversations like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, hey, if Andrea referred you,
Right.
I don't know if she told you how much she charged, because I usually ask people not to do that.
Yeah.
But guess
Oh,
what?
yeah, I never
Yeah,
tried
I
to
don't
charge
know.
it.
But
I
here's-
don't know what you telling me.
Yeah, I mean, and generally it should
Especially if
be
you don't have a price list no more, because that's
Yeah.
like not a thing anymore.
yeah, and generally it should be about the same.
Right.
But the thing about it is too, why if you know that there are people out there that charge less, and this is Andrea, this is our homegirl though, this is her friend that. So you know how much she's paid probably, or maybe you don't.
Right.
But the bottom line is what I charge is what I charge, and I told you what I charge.
Oh,
So if you want to,
like that?
then you need to go to that person
Yeah,
that
that's
was
what you want,
$250 less. But guess what? Shay, that was $250 less, had a long list of disclaimers. Guess what? I don't have to do that because I'm not gonna do that. Like I've been doing this shit for probably longer than a lot of these stylists with the disclaimers even been alive. So my thing is like, nah, I don't got no disclaimer list, but you're not
I'm
gonna.
like you just.
Yeah, you just got out of school last year,
Yeah.
right?
I didn't even know you could twist.
We
Right.
didn't even
Just started.
But so it's like I don't have to do that. So but you're not gonna call me and try to raffle with my prices because you don't want to pay what I
Raffle,
charge.
barter, and price match.
Honey, yeah, this is not Amazon. I'm price match. Like so that's
Not
where
what
those
they
come
charging
from.
in the area. No, she didn't.
Yeah, she
throw
said
that
in the
at you.
area.
They
My
charging
man-
in the area.
Like,
Yeah.
I just go with certain
Well, in this area, what's your address? This is what we charge.
This, and
Like
this
I
area
said,
code right
Like I
here.
said, at Yvette Robin, we charge what I said we charge, and I don't. And guess what that was? Somebody who's not gonna sit in my chair because I don't care. Like guess what? You,
I
so
ain't
then
gotta
guess
take
what?
you.
So then guess what they do? They go pay that $250. They
And
wait.
come back.
They got an attitude. She made me pay this, and then da. And she was running in and out, and her son is in there, and they was doing this and that. So then you call me back 6 months later, and I'm like, oh, tell me your name again. Oh yeah, actually, I'm sorry, I'm not no longer taking any new clients. Cause no.
Or
No.
can you fix this? This person, you know, did A, B, and C, and I just want to come back to you so you can fix what they did.
No ma'am. No ma'am. No man, I've gotten those people too. People, I call it when you cheat on me and then you go get something done and then your shit is fucked and you want to come back and I'm like, well, if I was booked,
Yeah,
I was
do
booked.
that.
But if you a person that comes to me all the time, 9 times out of 10, me, I'm gonna try to fit you in.
Right.
Yeah.
Even if that means I'm gonna be like, yo, okay, I'll come in on my day off because I know that you're a consistent client, so I'm gonna figure it out for you.
Right.
That's
But-
the thing about building those relationships.
Yeah, but you
Yeah,
can't
like
cheat
that.
and get
I guess
something
the
done
client
because you was
conference,
feeling
like,
away. Yep, nah, chair hopper.
Chair hopper.
Chair hopper.
Chair hopper.
Yeah.
Chair hopper.
Like you feeling
I don't
away
do
because I
that.
was booked, so you go be with somebody else, they fuck your shit up and you wanna come back to me.
Yeah,
The
no.
part that you're feeling away.
Yeah, you feeling away, cause it be like
Once
that.
I was booked, I'm like, fuck, I knew I should have looked earlier.
I knew I
got
should have
get
looked earlier.
Yeah, I don't do that. I stick with somebody who
Yeah, that's
know I do my hair, who we have a good relationship. I've been very blessed because I was so sad with my friend who had done my hair for years and she moved out of state. And then even when she sometimes would come back, she'd be like, oh, I'm in town, like, she would do my hair. And I met this blessing right here. I hugged her. I was like, oh my God.
Yes.
What? You do natural hair?
Yeah.
It's really hard, especially like also too, she's just a good person too. So not only like she just take care of your hair, because it really, she cares about the health of your hair.
That's what people you
So
want
that's
in your
yeah, and that's what I'm
like,
used
people
to.
are, like trying to take care of it, not just like
Exactly.
styling and frying and like just look good for 2 hours and then it's like what happened.
Yeah.
Like someone was actually like concerned, like okay, I see your hair's like kind of not growing right now, or you know,
yeah, like what you need,
trim
let's
some
do
off.
this. Yeah,
What
exactly.
you been doing since you ain't been seeing what's up? Old style. She was
I was
like, so what?
this
you
right
putting
here,
in
that's
there?
where it's at. So I was like, oh yes. I even had a friend, good friend, close friend, that goes to her. I don't know if how many times she's been to you, but she was like, oh, I go see your lady. I said, girl, what lady? And she's like, it's Leandro. I said, oh, she said Yvette Robin. And I said, oh yes. I said, okay.
I like the good referral.
Yeah, and I just put it out there, like she didn't even tell me like that she was going.
It was
like
like-
one
it was
friend
like,
I
oh,
did,
so
one
your
friend I
friend
did,
came.
one friend I did,
Yeah.
I did say, oh, she was like, what's your friend who do your hair? What's her information again? She asked me twice, and the second time she went. But my other friend, I had no idea. We were just talking, and she told me like, oh yeah, I'm set.
Yeah, and she didn't even tell me until her second visit. So I think she was trying to fill out the vibes.
Yeah,
of the
and that's her
salon,
personality too.
And then she went back and told Tenile. I think she mentioned Tenile to me, and I'm like, why didn't you tell me? You know, but for me, I'm just saying it just so I can thank Tenile. It's not gonna determine how I treat you. Look, it's not.
Right.
It ain't gonna change. I don't care. Like if you know, like
I'm a full
yeah.
circle. Like, oh, it's so great. Like,
it is what it is. I'm a good
Yeah.
person when it comes to business
sure.
anyway, and how I treat clients. But
For
don't
sure.
like it ain't gonna matter. You know, if you'd have been, you'd have
I'm
got
gonna
it
treat you good.
anyway. You know
I'm
what I
gonna treat you
mean?
good regardless.
Yeah, I'm gonna treat you good regardless,
Yeah.
and if you're not, you ain't gonna come. Like,
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
yeah, like, but I do want
Not
to always
bring your
thank
shoe.
people who refer, you know, like, because I think that's a beautiful thing, because with the social media stylist age, I'm trash on social media, and I'm trying to get better, but it's just not my thing. Like, I do so much better with, you know, referrals and meeting people
Like
out
old
when
school.
people see my hair or my people's hair. Like, I just do better like that.
Right.
Like, I'm just not a huge social media
You
person,
are
so
getting better though.
I'm trying.
Yeah, you are
It's still,
getting better.
I'm trying, but
She's
it's like,
trying to stay consistent.
it's
She
just,
is.
it's a blessing to have people
It's
that'll have
good
a
when you're
pure-
already good though. Like,
Yeah.
you already have
Yeah.
like clients. You already have the traction.
It's-
going.
it is a
Social
blessing.
media is just like a little
Yeah.
eye in, but people
Yeah.
have been going to you. It's one thing to be like,
That's what I'm
"This
telling people. Like, if you do a
record
good job on
everything."
my hair, whether it's braids or whatever, like people will come. And then you know, if I live closer, because I live far from where she is, so then you know, but the traffic I think would be a little more. Because that's how. And I'm just going on record, like historically, right? And when somebody's done my hair well and they were my hairstylist, people will come.
Right.
So, but don't mistreat my hair, because I will say, you know, someone
Don't go to her.
no, and so
Honey.
yeah, and you won't see me no more.
No,
But
have you ever had a
I
hair
will be spreading the
tragedy?
word. Oh, tragedy! Yeah, this one is.
A hair tragedy. I had a hair tragedy. I had to leave work to go get my hair washed out because I thought I was on fire.
Listen.
What? Oh, I have that bad.
Yes, but I think what it was, I thought it was this Eco Styler gel that I had bought like a long time ago. It had glitter in it, and when I realized it, I was like, "This glitter in here." I don't use this.
I was like, please
So I
explain
never-
why you bought some gel.
I was just rushing, and I never used it. And then, like literally some months ago, I was like out of jam or something, so I was like, "Shoot, let me just use this Eco Styler gel, whatever, just slap it in here."
Oh shit.
And so then, like twice, I was like, "Dang, my hair is like itchy, like it's something." But then I was like, you know, maybe it's I don't know allergies, maybe
Right,
it's something.
You
Because I
wasn't
was
thinking
having
that.
an allergic reaction, but I was like, maybe it's just all over. Because I was just like itching, like it was, I was
Okay.
like, what's going on? Second day, I was like, you know, just use it like normal. Third day, and I was like, okay, something ain't right. Like I have to figure out what am I doing to change. Like what
Right.
is this change? Like what is it? Like I'm like literally taking inventory every day of like what I'm doing, what I'm eating, what I'm touching, like
Right.
what is it? Because now my eyes aren't burning, my eyes aren't itching, my nose. So it's like my allergies. That was maybe day one. Like that was a real thing. And I was at work, and I was like, this whole part. I was like, why why is it feeling like I'm on fire? So I called my friend. I was like, girl, you at the shop? Cause like I think I'm having like an allergic reaction. Like I need to come to the shop right now. And she was like, yeah, I'm actually free. Like just come on. And so she like washed my hair right. So of course I go to work one way, laid ponytail like hit today, smooth, you know. Come back to work looking like sister.
Wash it.
Yeah.
Like, cause all she did was wash and blow dry. Like
Right.
all she did, cause I didn't want to do like nothing else. She was like, you want me to? Look, we're not doing anything.
Yeah, I don't want
We need
nothing in my
Oh, you trying to figure out what was
we need to
going
figure
on?
out
Yeah.
what's going on. So after that, what I discovered actually that it wasn't. I think it wasn't even the gel. So, and I never tried it again to prove if it was a gel or not. But what I think it was.
That's kind of traumatizing. I don't think I would either.
I would.
Yeah, I wouldn't try
I
it.
tossed it.
Yeah.
I tossed it out. But what I think it was actually was the stuff in my nail polish.
What you mean?
I googled whatever the acrylic stuff that they put on. I think because it's not happening anymore, but I don't know if it was just that whatever they used or whatever. I think that was making me have the allergic reaction because I would just be like scratching like anywhere I touch, like if it was my arm.
Oh, so
that
it's
was
like you
easy.
said, it was all over
It
your
was
body.
all over at
Yeah.
one point. But I was like, it's either the gel or it
The stuff
really
in
is the
it.
stuff in the nails at the time. But that was like the worst hair tragedy. What I thought was a hair tragedy ever. Cause that shit would smell like I was at work like burned.
I haven't had that. I did have this one when I was in college. I lived in Fresno, and my best friend and I, we were looking for somebody to do our hair because we would get our hair done in Oakland. And so, and whatever. I mean, there's, I guess, some good people in Fresno. But anyway, so that was the second place. But anyhow, the first person that we found, we were like had perms, right? So she permed our hair and she made us look like grease monkeys. Like our hair was so fucking greasy and stiff. And it's like,
Why do people
you just
why do people hair be looking like that?
And
When
like,
they
we
get
just
like when
got
they say,
it
I'm like,
done.
you have a perm? And they be like, yeah, and it's like
and
the
she was
hair
really
be
on
like doing this. It's not flowing.
It wasn't
It's just
flowing.
Like, it's
It
not
wasn't
doing
giving
that.
that.
It's giving like gel,
She
not even
right.
gel, grease, heavy grease, and like when you comb it, you
Nah,
can see like
it was like
and it's like
stiff.
pink and shiny. It's like, what did you put on top of that?
And I was
what
like,
is
dang.
going on?
And she was like really like
That's not no
she
perm
was-
I ever had.
And she
in my
was
life
perm
before. Like,
heavy too. And luckily,
I thought she was gonna say she burnt y'all to death.
no, oh hell no. This is
that's the thing too.
like back
That
in the day in the
was
60s,
like-
like woo, 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 woo. Yeah, no, we wasn't doing that. So like, luckily I was like, after that, we were like, we're not going back to her. We was at the mall and sitting in Macy's and this woman walks by and I was like, oh, excuse me, who does your hair? And she told us who did her hair. She's like, oh, I see your hair looks so good. She's like, oh, it's old. And I said, well, it's good to me. And the person, that's a woman who I told you who is from Belize.
Yes.
Yeah,
Mhm, got the,
by way from LA. She's like,
LA,
yeah, she was
yeah.
like, oh, honey, and if she ever sees this Arba Parker, she was wonderful and a woman of God too. So anyways, but she was like, oh, we're gonna grow this perm out. We don't do perm. We not do perm.
That's
We
right.
don't do
Ain't no
perm.
need for that.
And I was like, okay, cool. Cause also too, I hadn't had a perm either, like for years. So I got a perm again. You know how perm is that? I used to go from presses to perms, but she was
I
like,
got my first perm and I was like,
and she did it. My hair grew.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
like
Jesus.
9 to 10. I know I got my hair
Child
pressed for
abuse.
the first time when I was probably like 3 for my parents' wedding. And then
For real?
the niggas don't know they know what's
Well, also too, I feel like they had just for me, so that was like really.
Yeah,
my
my
cousin-
cousin,
my cousin
had a
had
dress
a
for me.
dress.
I wanted,
slap this
yeah.
permanent
I wanted to-
hair.
my auntie used to do my cousin's hair with the Just For Me box, and I was like, I ain't doing that. So I went to the shop and I got a perm, and then it did pretty well. Like she kind of kept it up, and then she got
I think
tired of
perms
keeping
are-
it up.
Well,
And so then,
listen.
what happens is like we'll break off or whatever, but not super bad. But like she was like, oh, after this we just going straight braids. So I always had braids all the time. And then I went back to the perm. I think maybe like middle school when I was able to kind of like rapid, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I wasn't doing like swimming and stuff. So yeah, and I decided to go natural like
Natural.
2012. Because I was like, why am I doing this? Like I'm not swimming, I'm not playing sports anymore. I don't feel like I need to
To
have this
that.
perm or
Yeah.
whatever to like maintain my hair. And then
I feel like
grew it out
perms
and I
are
cut it
good
off
for
myself.
short hair, right?
Yeah.
More so,
Yeah.
right? Is that true?
Yeah. Generally, That's the only time I do perms. Is when somebody has a shortcut, and I don't do many shortcuts. Sometimes, you know, you got people that perm the back of their neck or perm their like edges, and they wear weaves and stuff. Some people. But yeah, not many. Like some people that live back east or down south might do it more.
Yeah,
but even then, it's kind of like phasing out. It's not a huge. It's not as big as it was. You know, back when, like you said, we were young, middle school, high school.
Because it definitely broke. It definitely broke off. Even if I went or we had somebody to do our hair on a regular basis, it just really still broke my hair off.
Oh yeah, my hair didn't like perms either.
Yeah, and my hair really strong. Like my hair loved heat.
Yeah.
So like,
yeah, it's easy. It stays straight. Like yeah, her hair stays straight. Like I got easily trained hair. Like
and I don't have no. I mean, I don't put no problem. Once I leave for that's the thing too. Especially even if you did a bad job, I'm like, dang, not you. But if somebody was doing my hair,
that's what that's
all like, not you. But like, I don't want.
We don't just have like this on camera.
Like even if you do a bad job that day,
you just gave her all the praise. No, not her, but just in general. Like if once I leave the shop, I'm not touching my hair.
Yeah.
Like I don't do anything. Like I don't put no baby hair. I don't do no slick, no nothing. I don't do also too because I don't know how. So
first of all, I'm grown, okay?
I think it's cute if you're able to do it.
If you have it, you can like, you know, sweep it, but I'm just not intentionally pulling hair from the back of my
neck. Oh, you're not gonna pull it and cut it and then curl it with the hair and then pull it down with the got to be glue?
No.
You really tell me you don't do that?
And then do my makeup on top of it.
Right, you really tell me you're not gonna cut your edges, curl them with a flat iron and then got to be gluing them down.
No, what you can give me is some beeswax though, and just, you know.
And that's terrible for your hair. Please stop that.
Is it the beeswax?
It's absolutely terrible. Please don't ever do that again in your whole life.
So what's good though?
I like when I unwrap it and it's still in there. I like the wax.
The wax stick, that's not good.
Well, the wax sticks, they usually don't hold. They're usually just wax. Like wax sticks, you know what wax sticks are really good for when you're flat ironing or pressing your edges. Like I have a wax stick. If it has beeswax, the old school like sticky shit is like gum.
Oh no.
Oh I'm like
that's just what I call.
Yeah, maybe that's what you call it. But I'm like, I have a wax stick in my product line, but I literally use it for the edges. But I flat iron and press your edges. It's gonna give you that smooth silk.
And it lasts
forever. But but I'm talking about the old school real life. A lot of people do locks with it. They just think they was supposed to. It's like, bro, you think that your hair ain't gonna nap up without beeswax?
Right.
Leave it alone. I promise you it'll nap. Like, oh no, my hair, I had to start my locks with beeswax because my hair. No, you didn't.
Like, that ain't it.
You didn't have to do that.
You're
Like,
right.
you didn't. Yeah, I don't even know what we was talking about before we.
That's like a funny.
Yeah, but.
No, I was just saying like, you know, I was just saying like I don't put product on my hair. That's what probably got there. Like I just leave it as is. Like you put the.
Yeah, she was saying I did a bad job.
Let me remind you.
Yeah.
She was like
an instigator.
Thank you. I think so bad I was going. You said I did a bad job one time.
An instigator. I was saying in general.
I don't never remember a recap, but for that, I was like, but for this, you know.
I was just like,
right.
Everybody's facial expression changed.
I'm like, no, that's why I said no, not you. So So if you do a good job though, I think that's what any hairstylist, if you do a good job and if you treat your clients right, people will come.
I think something wrong with people who still go back to the stylists who just are not. That just don't.
Yeah, why is that? I don't know.
But
y'all answer that as clients. Why would you go?
I was just about to say, I think as the client, people want this specific look.
I think you clients need to start speaking that also.
But everybody don't care about healthy hair care. Like if I want a cute wig, because that's what a lot of people are getting, the cute wigs or that baby hair style or whatever. That's why I'm going to you because that's what you do on social media, and that's the new way of the world. The social media client.
I ain't doing some real styles. I'm really getting bored, even though I don't even do the wigs and all that stuff. But I'm just like, is anyone like really doing styles? Like I like to challenge myself. Like this is what I want. Can we try to do this? Like it's just I don't know. Like everyone wants what they're and I'm like
everybody wants what they see online.
I don't mind.
We're not doing none of that. I don't mind when people be like, I want my hair
Okay, Cardi B.
With the revenge.
Cause she was doing some old school styles lately.
But I feel like that's a thing too, where like
graduation.
you would go to the back in the day styles out.
You look in the book.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I wanted to do the Leah style for years.
Right.
Like when I was in middle school, the one where her hair was like layered and it was
like that. Yeah.
And my style was like, "You're not there yet."
That's how it would be. But you know, like back then, I feel like they was versed in multiple styles. Now you go to people and they just do this. Because I've had my hair, like literally, I've cut all my hair off. I literally have shaved my head, like different short hairstyles, perms, natural. Where you, what's the little, what's that? The curling? I don't know what it's called. The flexi rod. I used to love those.
Well, I tell my clients at Yvette Robin Beauty, you ain't got to go nowhere. I can braid your hair, I can lock you up, I can color you, flat iron you, weave you, clip you in, however you want to do it. Like I've had people that have had locks, a flat iron, twist, braids, a short natural cut, and this is one person, like over the course of her life. Like you're like, oh, okay, I want to do this now, or now I want to be blonde, or now I want to be red. Like my clients generally can go the spectrum of like what they want to do, and I try to provide the service. The only time I be like, you might get a bitch, is if you want like some Halle Berry. I might be like, I don't know. Like you might be able to get the first ever short haircut, like the basic one, the bowl with the bangs. I can get you up all day. Like you can get that all day. But generally my clients can stay because I can do pretty much everything. So I feel completely confident in that. Like I can do anything. Like literally I can set up shop. And your hair still gonna be healthy.
She's gonna know about color. Cause even the first time you did my hair wasn't my natural hair. It was like braid twist or something like that. The first time.
But that was how y'all was just talking about the client hopper or the chair hopper. Because when I've been to 3 stylists in my life. Like I think from when I was a kid, you know, like when I was a kid, I had my hairstylist, but that
your
was
family one that your mama and them probably
you go drop me off in the morning, and I'm there all day. I done heard all the grown folks' business.
That was like
I done ate breakfast, lunch,
okay, wait a minute. Let me just jump in here. Okay, so hear me out. I love the babies, okay?
Right.
I love when moms bring their daughters. I think it's amazing. However, we are not babysitters.
Yes.
I am not a babysitter. Don't get me wrong.
Even if you're on the stylist though, my mom used to be mad because she really would drop me
No,
off
it's
at my
because she didn't your time and she was doing everything.
look.
I'm speaking to the point where people drop their kids off. And let's say, your child has a 3-hour appointment and your kid is there and they're done, or not like that, but like also you spoke to. Stay here with your daughter. This might be a new experience for her or whatever, and like we're trying to create a salon vibe, like make her feel comfortable. You stay here and you socialize and you do. I'm not a babysitter.
Right.
And I'm not I'm not an entertainer. I'm not an entertainer. Like, and this is also adult. This is an adult.
We're having adults talk.
We're like coming up in here. And then you want to monitor like, I don't know if my daughter should hear this or that. Look. Cause like I said, I got a barbershop next door.
The most I can do is make sure people ain't cuss.
Of course. Now I can't even guarantee that because I'm probably gonna cuss. I'm gonna be honest. It's gonna be me. It ain't gonna be. It's gonna be me. You know that's gonna or my music or whatever the case is. But the problem is it has a lot to do with like the salon culture now. Like people aren't really staying or they're in a suite. So then it's like if your child is there, you see just one person there in the suite. You're like, oh cool, they'll be fine. I can leave my daughter. I can go do whatever. And it's like. That's all right, but at the same time, you don't want to stay with your child at the salon. I know me. Don't get me wrong.
Are you checking?
Are you checking?
Yeah.
Because I'm not leaving my daughter at no shop for hella hours. Like I'm just not. I know myself.
Well, listen, Auntie used to drop me off, and the salon lady that was damn near my auntie, I see her now. I'm like, hey, Auntie, girl, she's still doing hair. But I would not go to her shop. She didn't know how to schedule. So basically, since I was a kid, I really wasn't priority because she knew.
But see, that's not fair.
That's not cool because somebody's still paying for your hair.
You're
paying. I used to be like, I do not want to go her.
And also, don't bring your kids to their appointments because this is also not a daycare. This is also not a daycare. Like people want to come to the shop and they bring in their 3 kids. How are you?
And that's what she was saying.
That's what I said. This nigga texted me, good morning, nigga. like, that's fun.
That's like my favorite cuss word. My dad says that a lot.
I have
Like,
a cousin,
nigga,
it's her favorite cuss
nigga.
word too.
Yeah.
Everything is nigga. I'll be like, girl, she's like, what's up, this nigga? It's talking about the kids, everybody's nigga.
Everybody's nigga. I was with my best friend and I don't know how long she had been in this office. She's an attorney, and we was hanging out with her colleagues, and I was like, yeah, nigga. And she was like, Tenile. I was like, well, you know, some niggas, you know, like I know. Yeah,
I
sorry.
ain't trying to watch it. At work, I'm ready to slip up and just say, and I just say it just as in like how someone would be like shit. Like I just be like, nigga. Like that's how I.
Like I forgot where I was at.
Like an expression, like.
So again, all that to say, don't bring your kids to the shop because that's
Right.
what can
Yeah.
happen. You might just slip
Yeah.
up, or it's just all type of stuff. Like,
Right.
and we're trying to provide a relaxing environment. Yes,
Yeah.
it may seem like a lot of riffraff, but we like it as women, as men. We want to talk. We want to shoot the shit. We want to. So it's hard to do that with a 10-year-old sitting here who's not receiving services. Don't get me wrong. If they're getting their hair done, yes, I will try to accommodate that.
Yeah.
But if the mother or the father is coming to get their hair done, I don't need your 10-year-old here. And we talking about, everything that we talking about, and the kid is there or the kid is running around and all. It just does not work. And the parent also can't get their hair done, right? Because they want to. You got a game on your iPad? Can I do that? You got TikTok, right? And I'm trying to provide a service, but I provide service. Now I'm also not deciding for people like I don't do kids hair. I do.
Yeah.
I do 3-year-olds hair. Like I don't care. I love to do it. I love to be your first hair experience because I also know that you're gonna love me. I know you're gonna come back. I know you're gonna bring you. But if your mother is just getting their hair done and you not, you don't need to be there.
I was just about to say, me and my grandma, we used to go together. So I used to typically go because she had a guy stylist and he used to do hair early in the morning. So we used to be there about 7 o'clock.
I miss them styles. Now let's talk about that.
Oh, I
started early. She used to do our hair before school, like before 6.
Yeah, 5 a.m. If you can come at 5.
Yeah, she early bird.
Because I almost rather that.
So she would do all of our hair. She's like, okay, you can come at like 6 or whatever, and then y'all just drop y'all off, or just come, and then you catch the bus because the bus is like right there.
I'd rather that because I really don't want to be bothered. Like now, I take my last client at like 4:30. I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
Like I
That be stressing me because I get up at 5. I mean, I have to leave work to go get my hair done.
But also, isn't that fun though? Like you can leave work and be like,
oh, and then you come back the next day and it's like, oh, did you get your hair done? Yes, I did.
Yes, I did.
So don't even question me about what I do.
Don't ask me shit. Yeah. Because about that new law.
For all you know, I do my own hair mostly anyway. So my hairstyle, what time do I ask you when you do your hair?
You get your hair cut?
Did you put your hair in that ponytail last night?
Did you put every piece of highlight in this morning, or how did that work?
Did you just do that when you let her girly?
Yeah. Did you wash it at lunch after you went for that walk, or how did you do that?
Right.
I mean, just changing the narrative. Like, I'm not gonna be in this shop until midnight doing 75,000 heads just to make ends meet. Like, this is 2022.
You still gotta have the balance.
It's too thirsty. Like, create your business again. Run your business better. Run your business better.
Eating hair and chopping on Subway behind.
Yeah, honey, the ghetto, not me. The ghetto,
not me. Like, we don't do that at.
We don't do that at Yvette Robin. Here, not. The shop closed at 7 p.m. Like, how can I help you?
The shops is misleading.
Yeah.
I used to, shops, they got like all the little photos and and they would have, I think almost every shop I've been to, they had the one where it was the black women, they were in the little pedicure chairs with the white towels with the robe. I think it's like the black men like serving them or something. And I was like, when is this coming? Like, when will it ever feel like a real like spa like experience? Now there's one shop that I went to that was, I would say, as close as I ever seen it. It's called Jovan Tenile.
Oh yeah,
and so when I first went there, they were in Vallejo, and my stepmom used to go there. She's like, no, you can't go here. You go to the shop that you always go to because they charging a lot. She's like, you kind of funny style with your hair, like they don't be playing around. So then when we moved to Tenile, I was like older by then, so she was like, yeah, just book with such because my stepmom would pay them to come to the house to do her hair sometimes. So she was like, oh, just make your appointment, whatever, ask for such and such, and she'll do your hair. So I'm not knowing, she's not explaining to me like what really type of shop that is. So apparently they just do, everything is like natural. They specialize in color, they specialize in cuts, and everything's natural. They not frying you, corn rolling you, twisting you. They're not doing none of that. Now they know how to do it. The black ones do. They know how to do it, but it's not like an offered service. So it's like you gonna get a flat iron, you can get a blowout, you can get a nice cut, a fabulous color, like. And they got it like how you were saying, you got the hair washer girl, she's always gonna be the hair washer girl.
Yeah.
Until
That's her
whatever her level,
Yeah,
how she ever levels up. And then there's like the stylist, then there's like the master stylist. And so there's a price.
See, a business model.
Yeah, there's like a price difference.
Based
Like,
on who you book with.
Yep, you go and book, you can go in and book your appointment. Like they had it like water, lemon, like they had to separate your waiting area. You couldn't bring your kids.
Right, and you can't go back to the other area.
They had like a private room for people who had like, concerns. They didn't want people seeing them get their hair did or whatever. Like it was so
And
different.
I like that too, though, that you just said that, because Yvette said something earlier about wanting to be in the hair salon by yourself. So that's an extra charge.
Absolutely.
If you want to be by yourself, like I will never forget. I walked in.
So they have a room for it, like for some people who have like.
And they've been around for a long time, so they weren't they're not in the space of this new sweet thing.
They've been
doing
that
already. They've offered that service, and a lot of people too. The extension thing and the hair replacement treatment and the wig thing used to be a private entity. Like there was a really big a place called Hair Replacement something in San Diego for years. I remember growing up hearing them on the radio. And they provided those services where they was doing these lace wigs and all the shit the bitches is wearing now. They've been doing that.
Right.
But it was for people with hair issues.
Right.
Like you got alopecia, you got cancer, you got this and that. So they provided a private service, for people. But for me, I always wanted to do that because you may not have that, but you also just may not want someone to see you getting your hair done. Like you may not want that energy. You may just want it to be you and your stylist. You may want your stylist to have a private space for you, but if you don't say that, then shit, you gonna get whatever you gonna get coming into the average black salon.
Right. I don't care with the rest, but it was like
you out here in the trenches. Like you got your hair scarf on, my hair half color, she got half. You gonna get what you gonna get. But now. Yeah, if you want that, then you might get an upcharge for a private appointment, or you might be charged. I do house calls. Like I did them more before I had a salon, but I'll do them now. But you're still gonna pay more for me to give you that private space and that private time because I'm coming to you. Like that's your
almost paying for it.
You pay for that. Like you paying. Like I'm here.
Yeah, you go here because this is you.
Yeah, like you ain't ready for this. This is big time.
Yeah. So I have a question. So you mentioned pricing a blowout. What's a blowout?
To me, a blowout is you getting your hair washed and blow dried, and that's all you getting. That's a blowout. Now you can get it curled with a curling iron after.
That's more like a Brazilian blowout.
Yeah, but either way, if you got to put the flat,
those were
but
they were blow dries.
they're considered a blowout, the Brazilian blowout, but they're still using a flat iron at some point. So what the fuck is the difference between? You know what I'm saying? They gonna shampoo you, blow dry the fuck out of your hair, then roll it. Then put you under their dryer, then come back out and flat on your roots. I'm not doing all of that. Like that's unless you specifically want that, but you're still getting a flat iron. So why is that considered just a blowout? When I do a blowout and it's on a Caucasianist people, you literally just are using the blow dryer. You're washing it and blow drying it, and that's it. Like ain't no flat iron. Like if you want to blow out with heat work, then I'll add a flat iron or a curl to the Caucasianist hair. You know.
Do you get many white clients? I know you're trying to say Caucasian and stuff.
I'm just joking. The Caucasian mountain people. I'm trying to find my words. I used to get more. I probably get more white clients than probably the average black stylist, and that's still not a lot. But I probably get more than that. And when I say white, they get like shit. They be getting like braids and lock extensions and shred locks and shit that they. Am I culturally appropriating when I get this? And I'm like, that'd be $1,000. You know what I mean? Like versus for you to like, oh girl, that's $250. Like you know what I mean? But you finna run me, because you are slightly like. I mean, and I really kind of feel like hair is hair, but. You might be pushing an envelope a little bit, but I'm gonna just black tax you for that.
We gotta get our money back.
Yeah, we gotta get our money somehow. So the black tax. So, but generally, I say a blowout for us is literally you just finna get your hair washed and blow dried. Like, but now it's like, oh, I want a silk press, I want to blow out. So if you tell me you want to blow out, then I know that you probably want a more natural look. So I'm gonna say, hey, how about you just get your hair washed and blow dried, and then I'll just kind of gently run a pressing comb through it and curl it. and you'll have like a more natural look. But 9 out of 10, that shit don't be just holding for the average black person.
Yeah.
It's a waste of time unless you, like you said, that's my point. Unless you finna go home and just be like, and get it braided, or I just wanted it in a ponytail, I just wanted you to wash and blow dry it, and I didn't want to be combing out my natural hair every night. I just want to wear it in a ponytail, a nice little blowout ponytail, because I'll do that too. I'll wash my hair, blow dry it, and like for a week, just be like, man, this is the ponytail. This is it. This is what you're gonna get. Because I also want to be greasing my scalp. And you know how you had them times where you just want to be.
I feel like
you just want your hair.
A kid because
because then you get your hair combed. You get your hair. Yeah, a lot of little girls get that. It's the maintenance, because it's just like a hair care appointment. Because it's like you gonna be combing your hair all week with knockers and all of that. Like I get a
trim my ends, get a good wash, and you about to blow dry me out again.
Yeah, and that's that. But like generally, like what are we gonna do with a blowout? Because I know I'm not gonna do nothing. It ain't gonna wrap. When I go home, what it's gonna do? Wrap it. And then come back like this.
Scarf on the perimeter.
Yeah, all I would do is put it in a ponytail.
Yeah, you gonna have a fire ass bun. You gonna have your density. It's gonna be thin. It's gonna be like my bun is bunning.
Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah.
For me right now, I think I'm trying to work through, like, I guess, you know, societal norms about what we say about hair. So, like, you know, I got my hair braids, whatever. And even if it's like my hair is just out, like it's not, it's been flat ironed weeks upon weeks ago, but I'm like still throwing it in the ponytail or something like that. And, you know, sometimes the pressure to like, oh, like, let me do my edges.
Yeah.
Or like, let me just like try to slick this down to make it look, you know,
like
more.
That's not a thing for me.
But I'm like coming out of that, like, cause I was out and my friend, he was like, you need to do, he got locks, his hair needs to be retwisted probably in the next 2 minutes. And he was like, you need to do your edges. I was like, and you need to be on my face. Because you're not helping me, okay? Like, cause you don't know like how I feel about my hair. In general. So a lot of times, like when I'm doing my hair, it's like, why do I feel like I need to make sure it's like super laid and super perfect? And I understand, I know where it comes from, but I'm trying to like get.
You're trying to get out of that.
Yeah,
untrain yourself from there.
This is just my hair. Like it just looks like it. Like
that's the
when my other coworkers come to here, because I'm sure they don't think about that. Like, oh, let me just lay. They just come. Like
that
there's
reminds
nothing
me of this
around
post
it.
that was on social media, and it was circling around like I want to say last year or year before last, and it was a picture of two ponytails. Two girls have the like their hair in a ponytail. One girl was her hair was slicked, and the other girl hair was not. And it said both are okay. Like period. Like you don't need to be having it all slicked back, this that.
But it makes me think of my daughter.
It is your hair. Yeah, you don't have to.
My daughter is really particular. She will not wear. So right now she will not wear her natural hair, and she has hair, but she's not comfortable with her texture. And I think that, like you said about like she gotta have her edges laid down, or you know her hair all.
Oh, she's super on that.
And
she's young.
Her little edges be. I was like, okay, sis,
I'm like, go ahead and rock that hair, like.
It's your hair.
Sure, but
also, too, it's not a problem to slick it back. The problem lies is when you think you constantly have to do it. Yeah, when you think, exactly. When you're not comfortable, you're like, well, fuck it, I don't care whether you're a kid, adult, whatever. It's like you have to be comfortable. Me, this is it.
Well,
I always been like that.
Unpopular opinion. I'm vain. I'm anal. I'm particular. My thing is, no, somebody should not have to tell you that you have to do that in order to be a certain way or recognized or respected. But hear me out.
Let me hear you.
Just comb your hair. Comb your hair.
Yes.
Comb your hair.
Right.
Like I don't care nothing about like, oh, my hair is natural, so I don't gotta do nothing. Nah, you do.
You have to do something.
You gotta do something.
You actually gotta do.
No. Let me finish what I'm saying, because I seen the post. I seen it. I read the comments. I've been talking about this for months. I've always kind of stood how I stood. I was raised by an old school black woman too, with this whole thing that you gotta pull it together. You can't go outside looking no type of way. Comb your hair, tuck your shirt in, wear it slit. Like I was totally raised like that.
Right.
But I think just for me as an individual, like I'm anal about stuff. Like I be wanting stuff to be how it is, particularly like appearance wise.
Right.
But that's just me. But I don't believe like in terms of, especially when it comes to natural hair, like you were speaking to, like. Yeah, you can wear your hair how you want to. You shouldn't have to feel like you gotta do this. But my thing is like, just because you're choosing to wear your hair natural, don't mean that you don't gotta do shit to it. Like you can just walk around and look like you just rolled up out of bed. And then, oh, don't talk to me about my hair. This is my natural hair. Okay, sis, yeah, this mine too.
Right.
But You think you don't gotta comb your hair just because your hair is natural? Like your hair is about to break off. Like it's dry, it's brittle.
Yeah,
because let's go here. If you are
yeah.
combing your hair, 9 times out of 10, whether your edges are the lay down type of edges or not, they not finna be all up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like comb your hair.
She said balled up. Well, I ain't
When I say that because I seen the post. One edges was balled up. One person had like a just kind of a more slick texture or whatever. Like texture,
the texture was different.
Texture means nothing to me. I don't give a hair kill if you had taco meat on your hair. People texture shame. I don't care if you got taco meat or you got freaking the finest of fine. If you don't comb your hair, you still look a mess to me. Taco meat hair is beautiful to me, just like fine hair is beautiful.
Absolutely.
But if you don't comb it, you just don't comb it. So don't sit in here and be like, a mess is a mess. Like don't do this whole yelling about, oh my hair is natural. I don't gotta do this. This is how I was born.
No, you definitely should do your hair. But
like, but people just don't though.
They were both nice ponytails. They was like on, I forget who was.
I seen it just came across my timeline again just last week.
It was nice. They were nice ponytails.
But that narrative though, Tenile, only comes from women who wear natural hair.
And it wasn't like the girl ponytail wasn't brushed or done. It was just
I know, but that narrative that she's speaking about only comes from women who wear natural hair. Most women who wear their hair flat iron, and when I say natural, I mean like without heat manipulation, because everybody in here got natural hair, including me, but we all choose to manipulate it in different ways.
Right.
But when you have women that don't manipulate their hair, it's the one who push the narrative. I don't gotta do nothing. I don't gotta do this, and it's like
that's what we call natural Nazi.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Okay. That's where it's like, nah, you're right. You didn't, like you said, girl, I ain't got time to be edge slicking and all of this and that. But then for the younger girls like your daughter, they learn it. So it's like we gotta let them process and then also teach them. If they don't want to wear their natural hair, let's teach them how to maintain their hair in the state that they want to wear it so it'll look nice. So then guess what? When they get older, they understand.
She slick with the silk.
Honey, right. So then when they get older, and she decides to be like, oh, fuck, I can wear my hair curly and straight and I'm still popping. You want to teach them so they'll be okay either way it goes. Just like you like, girl, if I wanted to slick my edges, I could. I know how. Sir, they need a retwist. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I can do what I want to do, but then, thank you for the words, the natural Nazis is like, I ain't got to do shit. Sus, it looks like you just woke up right now. Everything's brought up. It's not healthy. It's not like, like that's not a thing.
And that shit is just nonsense.
Yeah, it's just nonsense. But then, like you said, they on Twitter, they doing the fool. And why you gotta slick your hair? You gotta subscribe to because yo, chill.
Yeah, it was like a real thing. Like when I went quote unquote natural, like 2012, it was kind of like coming. Like it was like, people were making YouTube videos and stuff, and you know, you're trying to find people who like got hair texture like yours.
Or what's your hair texture number?
Yeah, we're doing the wrong product, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, it was like
or this big push with like natural hair products. Oh, I bought a co-wash for $35. So you couldn't just use your conditioner before you washed your hair. You bought a co-wash that was $35, and your normal conditioner that you use is $15. There's no like all a co-wash is conditioner. Before or conditioner in between washes.
Yeah. Okay.
And you need to chill on that any goddamn way because you're making your hair too damn soft and it's gonna start breaking.
Yeah. I used to be like, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do this, but I was like new and
doing too much. And your hair
I didn't know much. My stylist was like, no, you can wash it. Like she didn't have a lot of information because this is like to me it was like whole like it was new hair. Like this is taking me back to 5 getting knockers that hair. That's the hair like that I felt like I was kind of re-getting to know versus like my perm high school hair that I had because I grew it out and I chopped it off. So this is like a whole new person. I'm a whole new face. It just felt like a whole new world.
Right.
And so the only people I had was like YouTube. So it's like you're trying to find like, you know, people whose hair look like yours. And my mom trying to help me. She's like, use this. Girl, this is mixed chicks. This we don't.
No, mixed chicks stuff.
It don't work for me. It didn't work for me that well.
And find the products that work for your hair.
It smelled good, but I feel like it stripped my hair in a sense. I didn't feel like it really was like giving what it gave other mixed chicks. Or her hair texture, which is really fine. Like it's just gonna spring back. Mine was just like, I need more. Like,
and that's the thing too about like a lot of our black
in this
people who have products.
For
so like Taraji, Tracy, who else are there? Other black products? I can't even think. But it's so many. It's so many. Yeah, it's so many products.
I used her for 2 breaks to watch Natural 85. She got her own hair products called like melanin.
Oh yeah.
Something that's in Target now. But
Oh, yeah, I mean,
Melee or Melee or something like that.
it's for the M. It's something, I forget what it's called.
okay, yeah, I mean, all these things, also too, the thing is, yeah, and they're expensive. The thing is, like, you just still don't know what's gonna work best for your hair.
I love Carol's daughters.
No, and with natural hair products and stuff, you just have to, as expensive as it is,
And you better watch them white ones, cause they
you just
jumping
have
on
to,
too.
you just have to buy a lot of stuff until you find out
What's
what
best
works for you.
Okay.
Just because that person's hair may look like yours, and you think
may not
because they
be the
used it
same.
on YouTube, it might be it's gonna work for you. That's not necessarily the
Yeah.
thing. The bottom line
Yeah.
is, even when people ask me, like I have some go-to staples besides Yvette Robin products, of course, that I would recommend people. But generally, I just be like, buy a bunch of stuff and see what works and see what happens.
Right, that's what
Like,
I said
that's
too.
generally what I would say, because that's just how it is.
Yeah.
But then on the flip side of that too, I say be careful, because right now it's just not even now, just in the last 10 years, it's just been an influx of natural hair.
Yes,
Some of
even
our
with
favorite perm lines, Design Essentials, now y'all got natural. Child, y'all been the perm queens for years. Optima.
Right.
So, like all of these companies.
I like Design Essentials.
No, I like Design. No, that's I use it, but I'm saying like Design Essentials, Cream of Nature, y'all have been perm queens for years, but now all of a sudden y'all got natural stuff.
Because
Not
of
to be
the
rude,
dollar.
but it's like,
It's 'cause of the
yeah,
dollar.
yeah,
It's
it's because of
the
the
dollar.
time. But my thing is like, I'm not finna push for.
Shea butters
It's
now.
just that's probably gonna be my last.
Oh,
My
yeah.
last choice when
It's
it
all about
comes to
the dollar,
natural
though.
hair products.
Yeah.
I'm not going first for Design Essential natural hair products, because guess what? Y'all handle my perms and my flat irons, so that's not my first choice.
Right.
When it comes to natural hair products, like it's just not.
What's the Alpha G? Is that it?
Apple G, yeah, but their products have been consistent when it comes to just hair, period. Like
Okay.
whether natural or straight, but like. And we really wasn't using Alpha G either.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we were not using
I
it.
know.
I like
haven't used
Ozzy.
that.
I think it's called Ozzy.
It's so many products.
the
I
double
get a
kicker
big line. I'm
one.
like,
I don't
Yeah,
have
but oh
any
yeah, like that's what I'm
product
saying.
at
It's
home.
just so much shit out
I
there. You
got
gotta be,
shampoo and conditioner.
you gotta
just
be
in case I
careful,
gotta wash my
because
hair.
they'll just put shit out there because it's the dollar. Like
Yeah,
like you
it's
said,
all about-
Dove.
it's
Like
all about the
who's
money.
using Dove for their natural hair, girl? If you don't give me my soap and leave me alone.
Listen,
Right.
Argan
That shit out there, you don't even
shades,
use it for myself.
I don't
almond
wanna
oil.
do
They're
it.
just saying all types of shit.
Mhm.
Almond oil. Like you just trying to get our dollar to come this way because you notice the trend of people
right.
Mhm.
going quote unquote natural. So,
Well, any last words?
about hair,
Mm-hmm.
do it. Damn it.
Kind of like a slay, but no, I think that it would definitely be your hair. I don't know. For me, my hairstylist is somebody special, like, because you're in my hair, I need your energy to be right, all of that. Because I'm gonna come to you and get,
I'm about to say, I already
a
had
little
it.
lock extension or
Right.
something, retwist, because I'm ready to shake off. But yes.
You ready to cut your hair up again? Okay.
She not gonna cut it. She gonna come see Yvette Robin Beauty, located in San Leandro.
Yes.
You know, at 510-84. Oh shit, I don't even know phone number. 510-878-4822, and she gonna get her hair hooked up.
Yeah.
You know, she gonna get hooked up.
Right here on
Any other last words?
You know, price match.
Right.
Yeah.
This is not
That was
Walmart.
wild.
Right. No, but seriously though, I think you're right. Just to piggyback a little bit of what you said, your hairstylist has to be somebody that's special, somebody that you get good energy from, you know, because they are gonna be in your head. It's a transfer of energy. Like you want somebody with, you know, you good energy and somebody that's gonna take care of your hair, like,
Yes.
which is most important. Whether you got locks, you wear braids, you wear flat irons, you wear a relaxer, like you wear it natural. You want someone who is going to take care of your hair and not just do whatever to make that dollar. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm about my money,
Right.
but at the same time, my clients are gonna be happy, so they won't mind paying me my money.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
You care
that's
about
a
your
big,
craft.
yeah, I care about my craft. Like, I mean, I'm sure you guys can tell, like, I got super passionate about things because I care about what I do. Like, and I want people to walk out. And I feel comfortable with you saying, oh, I got my hair done by Yvette Robin. I'm like, oh yeah, she did. Like, I don't want you walking out like, oh, and I'm feeling insecure about it, or like, that's just not how I run my business. So when I meet people, I'm like, if you're not, number one, finna come in and let me cut your hair, because 9 out of 10 you need a trim, remember? Like, we had a little, you know, but we made it
Oh,
through.
you? What? She's like, oh, girl. She's
Yeah.
like, we start slow, but you need a trim.
Right.
Yeah, like, you need a hair care appointment,
And
you
my
know?
cousin,
She'll show you. She's like, look at this.
Yeah.
Mhm. Like, it's important. It's important. Like,
Yeah.
or, you know
You
what?
gotta trust.
Yeah,
the
you gotta
person.
trust.
Like,
Yeah, and that's
I used to be like,
important.
cousin, what you doing? One time she cut my hair off, and I was like, I was big. I was like, okay, I really want you to cut all my hair off. And she cut my hair off, and I was like, why would you cut off all my hair?
Looks like
And
you
I was
said.
like, I'm sorry, cousin. I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm just looking in the mirror, and I had to.
And even that, like, turn around, like, get out the mirror.
I'm like,
Because that's hard working.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah,
It's
I
hard.
know, and
It's hard for
I
you to
could see it on
hold
her face,
a
and I'm
picture
like,
up in
I'm
my
sorry,
face
cousin.
while I'm doing your hair.
Yeah. Yeah, and see, I'm not like that.
The
Like,
curl
with
needs
me,
to be it's
yeah.
half an inch left.
See, and I don't
Don't
like
do
that.
that. Don't do that.
That's why you have to trust. You know,
Yeah, you have to
in your
trust.
hair, 'cause I
Like,
be like, cousin, okay,
yeah.
this what we gonna do. Go ahead. You got
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and let that stylist
Do
that
it.
you trust, that has that
Mhm.
good energy, and you guys have figured it out, like,
Yeah.
let her give you the best of her ability, as
Right.
similar as possible for what your hair can do, based on that
Absolutely.
style.
Yeah.
And let that be
like
that.
that.
You
No,
know,
when I
Carrie
said I
goes
wanted
to
that
each
Aaliyah,
toe.
she should have gave that.
She said, baby, you're not gonna get that.
You
today.
said you were not there
Said
yet.
you're not-
That's
He said he's not there yet.
She could have added something.
But
She
anyway,
coulda- she
y'all,
coulda did it,
Yvette
yeah.
Robin Beauty, I am here
Yes,
and
yes.
available if you guys would like to make an appointment with no long rules that you have to read.
Come over to Death Row.
Come over to Death Row,
Yes.
Yvette Robin.
So the information will be, of course, down below. And that's it. Thank y'all for another episode of Surviving Adulthood. Until next time.